Greetings, Warrior fans. I'm Sports Information Director Mike Stetson. I want to thank you for joining us for this week's edition of Warrior Weekly, a very special Warrior Weekly. As it's no secret to anyone in the area, the weather has been frightful outside the last few weeks, well, the whole spring. And it's led to the point where the Warrior softball team it's about 98% certain, will not have a home game this season. Terrible turn of events for the team, but to make up for the fact that they will not get the chance to have senior day, we're going to be joined by head coach Lexi Detterman and the 7 graduating seniors who will be playing their final home game this weekend, albeit we're not sure yet where that home game will be. We're joined by Kennedy Vinchattle, we're joined by Hattie Hupke, we're joined by Taylor Bell, we're joined by Madison Mason, we're joined by Kaylie Brindley, Kaylie Brindley, McKenna Marcinkowski, and Talon, Welk, who will be playing their final games at home for the Warriors this weekend as they talk about this emotional time and what this season has been like for them. I want to thank you for joining us, fans, and now it's time for the Warrior Weekly Show.
It's been an unprecedented spring for the Warriors softball team. 8 home dates, yet none have been played at home. The Warriors have been busy staying active indoors, like you see here, working out at the D-Jack, doing drills and taking batting practice, preparing their game for the days when they can hit the field. Home games have been played on the road, in domes, and this weekend's senior day once again will be played away from Forest City. Despite the adversity, the Warriors continue to play strong and look to finish on a high note, gaining momentum as they roll into the North Star Athletic Association tournament looking for a title.
Warriors on 3. 1, 2, 3. Warriors!
Welcome to this week's show. Kind of a unique experience this week. Of course, everybody very aware of the weather situation that has created havoc for the spring sports. Supposed to be senior day this weekend at the softball field. Probably, I'm told, about 98% chance that the games will not be played here in Forest City. So we had to do something to honor 7 softball seniors who are going to be playing their last home game, wherever that home game will be, this weekend. And we're starting off with 2 of the players who are forgoing their senior year, basically. Talon Welk, who is a redshirt senior this year, would have another year to play, and Madison Mason. Thank you guys for joining us.
Thank you.
First, Coach, I'll let you start off and talk a little bit about these 2 and what they've meant to the team over the last few years.
I've been trying to think of the right way to talk about all of these seniors for this whole week now, and especially these 2 are a testament to as much as this team has been through in the 3 years. I don't think none of these girls that are here now were expecting to play for me, and I think for them to stick with it and to really stick with me through their 3 years is really a testament to how much they love the game and to how much this all means to them and how willing they were to help the direction of this program and what we're trying to do with it. And I think these 2 have had plenty of days where they were like, oh God, Coach, what are you doing today? But I'm so glad that they both stuck with it, because seeing them this year as seniors really like step up and be the part of the program that I knew they could be has been really fun to see.
Talon, let's start with you. This is your 4th year with the program.
Yeah.
You've had some good seasons coming up to this year. Talk about this year and not being able to get out there your senior year and be part of the team, at least officially in the games.
It's been really hard, but it's been nice to know that like my teammates like Maddie, and especially the seniors. I played with some of those girls since I've been a freshman. So it's nice to know that regardless if I'm on the field or in the dugout with them, like they know like that I'm still very much part of the team with them. Like I'm still there for them 100%. Like they cheer me on when I have like milestones in physical therapy. So I mean, like we still cheer each other on, like just on or off the field, and it's just nice to know that like they have my back regardless if I'm on the field with them or not.
You still have another year that you can come back being a redshirt. What did you think about that? Was there ever any thought about, oh man, maybe one more season?
I've thought about it, but I have a career path that I want to follow. I want to be a nurse practitioner, and I just kind of need to get my foot in the door as soon as I can. And it would have been really awesome to come back, but I don't have any classes that I need to do anymore. So if I did have classes, then I would for sure come back, but I just don't.
Madison, you've been an active part of what's been a pretty good season this year for you guys. You're definitely a team that nobody's going to want to face come tournament time. How has this year been for you? I mean, junior year, but it's going to also be your last year.
Well, I think this year we have a ton of talent this year. Having Talon be on the sidelines, we still have 6 seniors that get plenty of playing time. We all see plenty of innings during the weekends, and having that sort of base for our team has taught our team what coach expects from us for the freshmen that still will have 3 years here. The freshmen that are getting the playing time in those positions know the expectations that us as seniors have, and being able to have that diversity out on the field, because we have Bree behind the plate who is calling games for senior pitchers who have had experienced catchers behind the plate is something that none of us were expecting her to do so well, but we all have full faith in her to be behind that plate. And the diversity that we have this year is great.
Talk about you. I mean, you have another year of eligibility that you could use. What will be the plans moving forward? What do you plan to do after the season's done?
I actually have a job lined up after graduation, so I'll start right when season's over and graduation and all that. I have a job back home that I will be starting, and it was considered, beginning of the year, it was considered to going back, but the way it worked out, I'll be starting life, but I'll be back here playing.
And you told him June, because we have expectations
Yes.
of Nationals and World Series, right?
Yes.
Talk a little bit about that. I mean, the season's not over yet. Senior days are always emotional ones. But there's plenty of season left to go. There's 2 weeks of the season left. There's tournament. And then, like I say, this is a team that nobody's going to want to face. And, maybe a first trip to Nationals in the offing. Have you thought about the coming month and a half?
Oh, of course you think about it. You definitely, we had that hiccup in the middle of the season, and I don't think that's ever stopped us, but it's always in the back of our minds to know, like, people saw that. People are judging us based on that right now. And, we had our one week where it still was hard to get over.
It was fresh.
Yes. And I feel like this week we've all came back, we've had our weekend off, and we're back to getting into ourselves and getting into our practice mode where it's like, all right, we have 2 weeks left, we got to dig in, and these next 8 to 10 games are going to be crucial. Yes, very crucial.
Sitting in the dugout, you don't get to be part of this. How tough is it going to be the next weekend or the next month and a half?
Like even when I was in the dugout, like when I still had like the option to travel, and even when I was in the dugout with them, it was really hard to be like, well, I wish I was out there with the seniors, like I wish I was them, but it's been nice to know that I'm still part of the game, because whether you're in the dugout, whether you're in the field, like it's a huge part. Like you're the rally girl. Like you're supposed to hype them up. So it's hard, but it's fun, but the next month I think is going to be really big for the girls, and I think that they are going to do great. They're going to do big things, and I'm just really proud of them.
Appreciate you guys joining us. Congratulations on what's been a great season on field so far this year. Excited for what's going to come over the next couple of weeks and into the national tournament. And we will let you guys step out. We'll take a quick break, and we'll bring in 3 more seniors who will be playing their final home game this weekend. We are now joined by 3 more of the Waldorf softball seniors. Hattie Hupke, Taylor Bell, and Kennedy Vinchattle. I think I said it right. I always mispronounce names. I apologize for that. Ladies, you guys have had a very strong season on the field, and it's about to come to a home field end, even though you guys don't get to play a home game. But it's been fun to watch you guys. Got to see a couple games up in Rosemont, and of course watching the video or the box scores. It's been a great season for you. So I just want to congratulate you first on that. And then I want to throw it over to Coach, who on this senior day ceremony, give you a chance to say a little bit of something about all these three ladies.
I know I'm sitting here looking at this table, and every time I got to recruit, I'm like, well, our number 1 hitter is graduating, our number 2 hitter is graduating, our number 4 hitter is graduating. So we've got a lot of big shoes to fill. And there's a lot of talent sitting here at this table that there hasn't been there's been a game every time that one of these 3 has gotten a compliment. Like, oh wow, like I can't believe your center fielder caught that, or like, wow, your third baseman did great, or holy cow, like man, that girl can hit. So I just think it's really cool to like hear that from other coaches, that they're recognizing how much talent that our players have. And I think for all 3 of them especially, it just really stems from like how much they love the game, and they just are like students of the game, and how well they know it has allowed them to be as successful as they are. And it's definitely going to be tough shoes for somebody to fill. So
Kennedy, we'll start with you. Obviously a big impact player, All-American.
Yeah.
I think, let's see, 22 home runs in your career. Does that sound about right? 2
Something
years
like
here.
that.
On the verge of 100 RBIs. You've hit 394 in your career. A huge offensive weapon that will be missed. What will it be like to play your final home game for the Warriors?
It'll be weird. I mean, I've been playing softball since I was 4, and like this is finally it. So I mean, it's gonna be sad, but like I feel like it's a good thing that it's gonna be over. So like move on with life, like come back and help coach next year and see where life takes me.
How far does this team go? You guys potentially another 6 weeks in the season. You've got a couple weeks left in the regular season tournament, and then I mean, realistically, this team could be going to nationals. You get hot for a couple of days at the tournament, and definitely can play with anybody.
I feel like we could go far as long as we put it all together. I feel like we've been doing that at practice with the team building exercise yesterday. Like that helped bring people together. So.
Taylor, talk to you a little bit. You've had a strong season. I think 14 of 14 stolen bases this year and hitting like 300. Not too bad. Definitely setting the tables for the team. What has this year been like as a senior for you?
I don't know, it's weird, you know, after 5 years at school, God. You know, I feel like I'm ready for it, but I don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So, it'll be hard.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
Talk a little bit about the future. What is going to be in store for you when the season does finally reach a conclusion?
I don't know. I've been coaching for 5 years, so I plan on keep doing that, and I just got a new job doing a high school gig in upstate Iowa, so that'll be good, and I hope to bring them to some victories too. But yeah, and other than that, I'm just, you know, trucking, doing my best.
So will coaching be the main role for you when you step away from college, you think, or do you have some other ideas of things you might like to do?
I don't know. I think I may just go back and push through doing a master's right now, because I know that once I stop, I don't want to come back. So I might just go ahead and start that right away and get that. I think I might do it in school administration and be either a guidance counselor or an AD at a school. But as of right now, coaching is just my main goal, and short term, maybe long term, I don't know, but I love it. It keeps me in the game.
I'll talk to you, Hattie. Leading the team this year, almost 400. I got 396, and you're a 357 hitter in your career. What will it be like to wrap up the season this year and wrap up your career?
It's going to be really sad because, like, it's kind of hard because, I mean, you go through in high school and it's really sad to have that high school team, but then you make all these new sisters and all these new friends, and like to like be able to just to be able to think that it's actually done, like you're actually done competing. It's really hard.
So many seniors on this team. 7 of you will be playing your final home game this weekend. Obviously, Coach, you're going to have a fun time out recruiting a whole new team, basically. But how much has it helped this team to have that kind of leadership and have that kind of a bond where so many of you played together for so long?
Oh, it helps a lot. I mean, I talked about it in the single interview I had with you, but like, just like we're all so comfortable with each other, and we've all been playing so long together, and especially me and Kennedy. I mean, we played against each other in high school, but I mean, just to have all these girls that want the same goal and like want to be able to put it together and be that team that can go so far. Like we all want the same thing as seniors, and that just helps so much.
I just throw it out to any of you that want to answer. What is the goal of the next 6 weeks for this team?
I would say to prove ourselves. I mean, with what we've had going on this year, we have to show who we are, and I really think we can do it. Like Kennedy said, just putting it all together, and just coming together as a team.
Yeah, making it happen for as long as you can.
Yeah.
We go out with a bang.
Yeah.
Well, I appreciate you guys joining us. Congratulations on what has been a very strong season so far, and what we hope will end at least nationals, maybe the World Series. You know, once you get up to that level, it gets tough. But hey, we'll settle for at least a trip to nationals. Congratulations. Good luck this weekend, ladies. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We are now joined by the last of our group of seniors who will be honoring this week the pitchers for the team, which obviously causes a huge problem for you, Coach. I'm sorry about that, but you know, maybe we can find a loophole and get you guys a couple extra years. Obviously, an emotional week being the home finale, as we say. Coach, what have these two meant to this team over the last few years?
I mean, me being a pitcher has probably made their life a little bit more difficult at times, because I feel like maybe I'm too far in their head sometimes, because I know what it's like and I know what they're going through, and I know that especially these two have taken so much to heart and have borne so much pride with this team that they really take it to heart, the wins and the losses, and I know that's easy for pitchers to do, and these two really have taken on that role, and I'm excited to see how they're going to step up for these next couple weeks and really lead us to where we need to be. They're both kind of battling through some injuries right now, but if you weren't me, you wouldn't know that, because if you watch them out on the field, they're pushing through so much stuff right now that I think it's a true testament to how much they love the game and how hard they want to work for their teammates.
McKenna Marcinkowski, did I get it right?
Yeah.
And then Kaylie Brindley. We'll start with McKenna. Second year with the team. This season, 4 wins and a save. I'm not sure if the stats stay official or not, but let's face it, that's what you did on the field. So nobody's taking those away from you. Talk a little bit about this year and how things have been going, because it's been a really strong year for the team.
Yeah, just pushing through everything. Just, trying to see the bright side of everything and push through the season.
What is it going to be like? I mean, obviously the weather has been a hassle all season long. You guys should be at a field. We should be having a ceremony. But what's it going to be like playing the final home game?
Emotional. Yeah, just emotional.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll talk to Kaylie. Kaylie,
Great
we
idea.
knew somebody was going to break down. The others, just to be honest, they were crying as soon as they walked out. So, Kaylie, 7 wins this year, 2 saves, and in your career, 4 years, 394 innings pitched, 208 strikeouts, not too shabby. What has it been like for you this year? Obviously, it's been an interesting year with everything on and off the field that's gone on.
I don't know. It's been a crazy 4 years, and I don't think this year has been any different. I think it's just knowing that this is my last year. I have to leave it all out on the field, and that's kind of just been my motive, just to do it for the rest of the team and just put it all out there.
Being seniors, being pitchers who have so much control of the game, what has that meant to the rest of the team to have you two as team leaders?
I don't know. I think that they have really like trusted us to be out there, and they just trust us to do our job, and then we kind of trust them to do their job as well.
A lot of trust.
Talk about the future. I mean, there's maybe, we're hoping 6 weeks of season left at least, Nationals and World Series. What do you guys, first off, hope to accomplish before this year's done?
I think just taking it one game at a time. I think that we both know that we can do it and the team can do it. Just taking it one game at a time and pushing through it, and I think we can go far. So.
McKenna, where do you head after it's all done? Starting in June. We're going to wait till June.
After it's all done, I'm actually heading to Mequon, Wisconsin for an internship with the Lakeshore Chinooks. It's a collegiate baseball summer team, and I'll be doing a ticket sales internship with them.
Very cool. What do you hope to be doing in the future?
Same kind of thing.
Same kind of thing?
Different team maybe.
Take my job? Or?
Should be crazy to do that.
Yeah. That's a little.
Yeah.
A little out there.
With all the schedule changes you have to deal with, probably. Do it someplace warm where there's no more schedule.
Yeah.
Kaylie, how about you? What does the future hold for you?
Well, I'm currently looking at teaching jobs. I've got a couple interviews lined up within the next couple weeks, which makes the season even more crazy to try to fit those all in. But I think just finding a teaching job and then hopefully finding a coaching job to go along with it.
How excited are you guys for you've got 2 weeks left of season, and then it's tournament time. How excited are you to get to that tournament and basically flush everything that has been crazy about the season and, bring home a title?
I'm really excited. I'm excited just to play on the field and get back with those teams that we've already played and just be like, hey, it doesn't matter what happened. Just, this is us now and this is what we're going to do.
I appreciate you guys joining us on this Senior Day episode of Warrior Weekly. And now I think we've got something special. We're going to join the team as a whole and do a little bit of a special ceremony. So we'll step down to the practice field, indoor practice field, and we'll pick it up there.